Well, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. It's exactly 1 p.m. and my name is Zainab Ismail. We have all the stories making headlines across the country, including the preparations for the by-elections across the country. Our reporters on the ground, Vincent Odwor, is currently taking a look at what's happening in Kabucha. We do have Lois Wangoi, who is in Eldoret, as well as Bridget Sangana, who is in Nakuru. We'll be joining them in just a moment to give us more details of exactly what is happening there. But before that, Kenya now joins a handful of African countries that have received the COVID-19 vaccine aimed at fighting the spread and the adverse effects of the coronavirus pandemic. The first batch of the consignment arrived at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport a few minutes to midnight last night, raising hope in the battle against the deadly virus. Our health reporter Eunice Omolo was at the airport and brings us this report.
At exactly 10 minutes to midnight on Tuesday, Qatar Airways flight number QR1341 landed at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, loaded with about 1 million vials of the much-awaited COVID-19 vaccine. The flight from India, freighting the ammunition in the war against the pandemic, AstraZeneca vaccine manufactured by Serum Institute of India, was received by key officials from the Ministry of Health, led by Health CS Mutahi Kagwe, UNICEF officials, and the World Health Organization Kenya representatives. About 450,000 jabs are rolled out this month to frontline workers such as medics, security personnel, and some to teachers beginning this week on Friday.
We've been fighting COVID-19, we've been fighting this virus, but we have been fighting it with rubber bullets. But this time round, what we have received here is the equivalent, metaphorically speaking, to acquisition of machine guns, bazookas, and tanks to fight this war against COVID-19. We want to thank our partners, UNICEF, the World Health.
This is what's called vaccine equity, and we're really, really proud to be part of this process with UNICEF together with WHO to help bring these vaccines into the country for the priority groups that need it the most, so that Kenya can move forward in terms of the recovery from COVID-19.
The consignment was then transported via refrigerated trucks to the main government storage unit in Kitengela, and will be moved to other 9 major storage units across the country to be dispersed to all the 47 counties.
It's a very happy moment for Kenya, and we hope that the media can also help us in disseminating information. We will roll out a risk communication system so that Kenyans can understand. They can ask the questions they want to ask, and they will get the answers thereof.
The first consideration will be to level 6 hospitals and military hospitals in the counties. The first inoculation will be administered on Friday at the Kenyatta National Hospital. Key country leaders are lined up to be part of the people to receive the vaccine as a show of confidence among Kenyans. Eunice Omolo, NTV at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi.
Now, Amani National Congress Party leader Musalia Mudavadi now says his party has written to the IEBC protesting the interference of the electoral process by Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, whom he accused of manipulating the process. According to Mudavadi, Oparanya tinkered with the recruitment of electoral staff and made sure some county staff were employed. We have our Candid Mureithi on ground for the same. Mureithi?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Zainab, there in Nairobi. And here in Matungu, it's quite sunny and preparations for the elections are ongoing. And as per what we've been able to gather right now is that the IEBC says it is all systems go as they make that last-minute ditch to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Yesterday, we were able to speak to the Regional Commissioner, Madam Esther Maina, and she said that they will be looking at having about 30 officers per polling station, that is 116. But today morning we were able to speak to Musalia Mudavadi, that is the Amani National Congress Party leader, and he made some accusations, and this is what he had to say.
Some county government, Kakamega County government officials have maneuvered their way into delicate areas of the IEBC operation. Some of them have even been recruited. And we highlighted one or two. We want the IEBC to take corrective action immediately, because it is so obvious that the governor has been at the center and the forefront, Governor of Kakamega, in campaigning for the ODM candidate. So any of his officials being involved directly in the process of managing the elections in Kakamega or in Matungu in particular, then is out of line. It's a breach. It has come to our knowledge that one of them was even positioned to work within the results transmission. He's an IT person, but he's an officer of the Kakamega County government.
Well, Zainab, some grave allegations there that have been made by the ANC party leader. And I'm now joined by Commissioner Guliye. Probably to bring him up to speed is that Mudavadi is insistent on the fact that somebody from the office of the governor Kakamega has been able to infiltrate the system of the IEBC up to the level of IT. And they've even written a letter to you as IEBC protesting some of this, even including to the fact that some officers who were recruited as IEBC staff are part of the Kakamega government. Have you received any letter, and what would you say about these allegations?
Thank you very much. Welcome to Nabulimbo Primary School, which will also act as the constituency Tally Center. I've arrived this morning, and I have heard about the allegation that was made, and indeed there is a written letter to that effect by the party leader of ANC. Having discussed with our staff on the ground, both the county elections manager and the returning officer, I have been briefed that so far what they have done is as required by law. All election officials are shared with political parties and with candidates. And this has been done. And up to this morning, we only have one complaint of one person out of a staff of, I'm not sure, 600 staff. There is only one complaint or one staff out of the 600 staff that have been recruited for this exercise. And indeed, the staff is an employee of the county government of Kakamega. And he has not been in a position to infiltrate anything. He was merely recruited as a trainer for ICT, and once the allegation has been brought to our attention and the officers have already taken an action on that matter, and the particular individual has been asked to step down from that position and will not be involved or engaged in any electoral process in this particular constituency. And therefore, out of 600 staff, only one individual was the complainant from the parties and the candidate so far.
Thank you very much. Well, we are keeping an eye on what is happening here in Matungu constituency, and we'll probably be asking him more questions off air, but that question has answered what has been brought forth by the ANC party leader with regards to that complaint that they have been raising. But right now, there are more by-elections that we are following up, and I return to you, Zainab, in studio.
I thank you, Muredi. Now, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has finalized all the preparations for the Kabucha by-elections set for tomorrow. The Electoral Commission is also showing residents that the exercise will be held under strict COVID-19 safety protocols. Vincent Odwar is also keeping an eye on this and has spoken to the contenders as well as the referee, that is the IEBC, who are confident it will be smooth. Vincent?
Right now, I am at Mukuyuni ward, which is one of the 4 wards here in Kabucha constituency, whereby IEBC is set to conduct a by-election tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you know, it will involve 8 candidates who will be squaring it out of the ballot. 6 of them are from political parties, while 2 of them are independent candidates. And just speaking today, having spoken to a commissioner from IBC, they are saying that from the afternoon, now we'll have the polling clerks, the polling presiding officers, deputy presiding officers will be leaving to go to their respective polling stations so that they can spend the night there for the exercise to start very early tomorrow in the morning. Remember, Kabucha has 123 polling stations, and therefore everything is set here. And what is also happening is that in terms of security, security has been beefed up, and everything seems to be okay. And earlier on, I was able to speak to the commissioner, a commissioner from the IEBC, and also some of the candidates here concerning a number of issues that have come up, because one of the hot political potato here in Kabucha is the location of a tallying center, because IEBC has been moving up and down trying to locate a tallying center, which has been a very big issue among the candidates. Here is what they had to say earlier on.
We realized that they changed the tallying center from one place to the other one. But then when we went there, it was so disappointing. The place looked like somebody's homestead. Actually, somebody's homestead. It is a private property. There is no security, there is no fence, there is nothing.
The ballot papers have arrived. The vehicles that will transport the ballot papers are available. They have all in preparation. The tallying center is well marked. I'm happy with it. I have no problem. In fact, anywhere in Kabucha can be my tallying center. I have no contestation over that. What makes sense are the people.
So it's for that reason that Ministry of Education gave circular that we should stay away from any boarding public school. And that's why our traditional tallying center for this constituency has changed. We have now gazetted Mabanga Agricultural Training Center as our tallying center.
We'll be talking to the other 6 candidates to find out whether they are okay with the new location of the tallying center that has been now gazetted, and therefore its system go, and we'll be here tomorrow to bring you up to speed on how the by-election will go on, and also to look at everything that will be emerging from here as far as candidates are concerned and also the polling officers are concerned. That is for now. I'm taking you back to studio.
All right, thanks, Vincent. Now, the aspirants and their agents have already cross-checked the voting material ahead of tomorrow's by-election in London and Hell's Gate wards in Nakuru County. Bridget Singana has been following the preparations and is now joining us live from the tallying centre in London ward. Bridget? Bridget Singana there. We do apologize for that sound hitch there. We'll be joining her in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Uasin Gishu County preparations for the Huruma ward by-elections are also in top gear as the residents seek to elect a new member of the county assembly. The seat fell vacant. The seat did fall vacant after Peter Chomba passed on late last year after suffering breathing complications. And we do have our Lois Wangui is on Eldred with the latest on this. Lois?
Indeed, Zainab, as you note, the seat for Huruma ward fell vacant following the death of the late Peter Chomba, as you have explained there. And the seat has attracted about 14 persons eyeing to be the next Huruma ward MCA. Among them is the widow to the late Peter Chomba, that is Lucy Ngendo, and she will be vying for that particular seat under the Jubilee ticket. Lucy Ngendo will be facing it off against 13 other contenders who hail from different political parties and even as independent candidates. Here in Uasin Gishu, we expect, or rather we have learned from IEBC, that IEBC has placed 46 polling stations where the over 31,000 registered voters in Huruma ward will be taking to the ballot to make that critical decision. The returning officer of this particular by-election is Madam Madam Paris Mayor, and she was telling us that everything is set and it is just a day towards that particular by-election, and we expect that the residents of Huruma ward, who are quite many registered voters here in this particular ward, about 31,000, then they will be taking to the ballot tomorrow to decide who will be the next Huruma ward MCA. Huruma ward is among the most populous wards here in the Rift Valley. It has about 31 registered voters. It is also quite significant because it enjoys quite immense infrastructure when it comes to schools, hospitals, and even the business environment is quite robust here in Huruma ward. We will be watching closely to see if Lucy Ngendo, the widow to the late Peter Chomba, will be able to get that seat, or if the other 13 contenders will get, either of them will get that particular seat. Just before I wind up, just to note, late last year during the burial of the late Peter Chomba, Deputy President attended that funeral service, and he talked to the electorate of Huruma ward, asking them to back Lucy Chomba, the Jubilee candidate for the Huruma by-election. It will be interesting to see if Lucy Chomba carries the day tomorrow and how she will face off the 13 other contenders. For now, back to you in Nairobi.
Thank you, Lois, and indeed it will be very interesting. Let's now head back to Bridget Sangano, who is in Nakuru County, where aspirants and their agents have already cross-checked the voting material ahead of tomorrow's by-election in London and Hell's Gate wards, that is in Nakuru County. And Ghana has been following up the preparations and is now joining us from the tallying centre in London ward. Bridget?
Yes, Zainab, we do apologize to our viewers for the technical hitch we had earlier on, but that has been sorted. So as I was saying, that this is going to be preparations going on for the London ward by-election and also the Hell's Gate ward by-election. I'm being joined by the county elections manager from IEBC, just to bring us to speed on how prepared are you and what are you doing to ensure there's adequate voter turnout tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Bridget. I think here in Nakuru, we are well set. Right now we are here at the tallying center for Nakuru Town West London ward, and basically it's all systems go. We have all the materials here with us. The presiding officers are now checking the materials to ensure that everything they need is in place. The ballot papers have also been opened and they are here. They are just being distributed to the particular polling stations. The same process is taking place down there in Hell's Gate, where we have 42 polling stations. The RO is in charge and everything is in place. Tomorrow we have ensured that everything that is needed is also provided, but our appeal is for the voters to turn out in large numbers. Previously we have had a challenge of voter turnout, especially in by-elections. This time round we've gone out of our way. We've done quite some massive voter education in various media houses, just the local ones here in Nakuru. We have employed voter educators to ensure that they comb the entire area, because our interest is to ensure there is maximum voter turnout.
Will the polling stations be open and what time will they close?
The polling stations will open at 6 a.m. in the morning and they will close at 5 p.m. So we encourage the voters to come with their voter's card, not really voter's card, but the identification document, which is either the ID or the passport, and to come with their face masks and vote and go home. Peace is all that we are asking for in this by-election. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So that is the county elections manager at IEBC here in Nakuru County telling us that everything is ready for tomorrow's big date. What we should also note is that the Office of the Register of Parties is also here to just monitor the ongoing process, and we will be here on the ground keeping tabs on what is happening as we head on to tomorrow, which is the big date. So we will be covering this election here in Nakuru County in London and Hell's Gate wards extensively.
Right, thank you so much, Bridget Sangana there in Nakuru County. And of course, we will be bringing you a 360-degree view of the by-elections across the different parts of the country tomorrow. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
Nestle Nunkid 4 helps build a strong foundation for your growing child. Nestle Nunkid 4, our best for you.
What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Place your order and enjoy free delivery. Reach us on 0723 999981 or 0724 114411 or the details on your screen. Boma Mabati. Mabati ya kila boma. Cabling tips. Use cables from a reputable manufacturer made from 99.99% pure copper and the best insulation. Use a certified installer. Scratch to verify and authenticate your cables. We manufacture an extensive range of power cables for applications in domestic and industrial wiring. Our work speaks for itself. Get in touch. Let's talk cables. Kumbuka, wire see wire. East African Cables, connecting lives.
Situated in the Kitengela suburbs, Kitengela Plains is an affordable, pristine residential community of 48 modern villas. Located off Namanga Road, a 30-minute drive from the CBD, the 4-bedroom all-en-suite villa offers a spacious living area, a modern kitchen, a private garden, a play area, and a borehole at only 9.8 million shillings. Call 0710 783 955 or 0798 569 274. Kitengela Plains. Welcome home.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, newly appointed Jubilee Party Secretary General Joshua Kotunyi has pledged to clean the Jubilee House and promised to push for sanity and growth of democracy in the party. Speaking at Nyakenywa Secondary School in his constituency, Kotunyi has vowed to kick out Jubilee leaders who have no respect for the head of state.
Hauwezi kukaa ndani ya serikali na ukujumu serikali ambayo inakulipa mshahara. Na hauwezi kukaa ndani ya chama ambayo ilikupeleka wewe bunge na unataka kuhujumu hiyo chama. Kama una matatizo na hiyo chama, demokrasia inasema ondoka, utafute kiti tena. Uachie wale watu ambao wanaweza kuendelesha siasa za chama. Tutaendelesha demokrasia ndani ya chama. Lakini vile vile lazima kukuwe na heshima ndani ya chama.
And even though it is World Wildlife Day today, there is very little to celebrate, especially for the Lake Nakuru National Park that suffered a fire outbreak yesterday. Now, it was, however, not an easy task for the Lake Nakuru National Park Senior Warden Edward Karanja and his team to stop the fire that started at 10 a.m. at a private property between the Nderit and Lanet gates, spreading through the sections of the park. The strong winds, however, posed a challenge to the officers who were using improvised ways to put out the flames, which was spreading quite fast. It is expected that the fire consumed massive tracts of wildlife grazing land. Meanwhile, police officers in Embu County have arrested 11 pupils after teachers found them in possession of several rolls of bang. According to Embu North Deputy County Commissioner Jeremiah Tumo, the pupils confessed to smoking bang inside the school compound. The pupils are in standard 7 and 8. Tumo says that after frisking the students, they also recovered a matchbox. After interrogation, the pupils revealed 3 people who have been peddling drugs in schools. He warned that the government will not sit and watch drug peddlers ruin the lives of young school-going children in the area. The officer further urged parents to monitor their children and caution them from using drugs.
Lakini nyinyi, you have failed in one way or another. So we must really come together and agree. Kama tungelipenda watoto wetu waendelee kuvuta bangi, na kama tutaki, what can we do to solve this problem?
Nimepatia chief wa sehemu hii ukiwa na OCPP huyu hapa. Nimewapatia wiki ngapi? 2. Gari wako nayo, mafuta wako nayo, maafisa wako nayo. Yes. Hao watu washikwe. La sivyo chief yenu ndiye ataanza kwenda nyumbani.
Some sporting action now, and Kenyan international Michael Olunga scored as his Qatari club Al Duhail beat second tier Al Shamal 2-0 to cruise to the Amir Cup